All right, we're going to do some examples of diamond problems. And if you are unsure, diamond problems are really just a way that we can practice addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with all types of numbers. And once we get into 8th grade, 9th grade, you're going to start to use them with more than just decimals, fractions, integers. You're going to start using them with variables as well. It's a good way to practice and start thinking about factoring. So we have our A and we have our B on the sides. Above is the product, so multiplying A times B, and then below is the sum. So this first one, this is when we multiply, this is when we add. So to get this answer, we do negative 4 times 5. Positive times a negative is a negative. 4 times 5 is 20. So my answer is negative 20. And then below we add. So negative 4 plus 5. 4 negatives plus 5 positives. We can make 4 zero pairs, and we're left with 1 positive. So that is my completed diamond problem. We can also do these with decimals, and it's a good way to practice some of our decimal addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. These are some pretty simple ones, but let's go ahead and try this out. So for down here, we do 5.7 or 5 and 7/10 plus 8 and 6/10, just adding. 7 plus 6 is 13. Put the 3 down, carry the 1. 8 plus 5 is 13, add 1 is 14. So we get 14 and 3/10. Now to get the top number, we are going to multiply. And there's a few different ways that we can multiply here. We can just do the traditional algorithm for multiplication with decimals. You can turn them into mixed numbers. Lots of different ways that you can go about doing this. I like either way. So I'm just going to do the traditional method. I'll do the generic rectangle for one of them as well. So 5.7 times 8.6. So I'm just going to pretend like my decimals are not even there, and I'm going to make them stand out just a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to pretend like they're not there, and I'm just going to multiply it like normal. So 7 times 6 is 42. Put the 2 down, carry the 4. 6 times 5 is 30, plus 4 is 34. Now I'm done with my 6. Put a 0 down. 8 times 7, 56. Put the 6 down, carry the 5. 8 times 5 is 40, or I'm sorry, yes, 40 plus 5 is 45. So now I add 2, 10, carry the 1, 9, and 4. And I look to see how many numbers come after my decimal, and it's 2, so I move it 2 places. So I get 49 and 2/100. 49 and 2/100. Perfect. So there's my completed diamond problem. Now there's always going to be some problems that don't start with the 2 numbers on the side. They don't start with our A and our B, and that is okay too. So if we have 26 and 8 and 86/100 as a product, and 3.4, 3 and 4/10 as one of the factors, we can do some dividing here, because 3.4 times some number is going to give us 26.86. So we're going to divide 26.86, 3.4. Now we ignore the decimals here. And I'm going to do 34, doesn't go into 2, doesn't go into 26, but 34 does go into 268. It goes in 7 times. And 7 times 34 is 236. So now I'm going to subtract. Doesn't go into 32, bring down the 6. It goes into 326. 9 times. And that would be 306. So we subtract. We get 20. I'm gonna make sure I've done this right because I don't think it's a very big number. Just okay. So when I divide 268 divided by 34, I got 7. 7 times 34 is 238. There we go. I'm so sorry. I knew I made a mistake here. Okay, so 268 minus 38 is 30. So now we're looking for 306. Okay, that's better. Okay, so 306 divided by 34, it goes in 9 times, and it goes in 9 times exactly. So we get 306, we subtract, we're left with 0. All right, and for this one, just a reminder with our decimals, we want to move it so we don't have the decimal on the outside of our problem. So instead of 3.4, we want 34, which means we have to move it one place here and bring it straight up in our answer. So it would be 7.9. So sorry that took so long. There we go. All right, and then to get the bottom, we add. So 3.4 plus 7.9, and we add up our decimals, making sure we've lined them up. So 9 plus 4 is 13. Carry the 1. We get 7 plus 3, 11. So 11.3. And one more. So they've given us one of the numbers and the sum. So to find how to get this missing number, we have to figure out 6.6 plus what gives us 2.2. Well, we know it's getting smaller, so it has to be a number that is negative, because when we add a negative, our answer gets smaller. So it has to be a negative number. So I can already put that in there. And I can really just subtract here. So 6.6 minus 2.2, we get 4.4. So my answer is negative 4.4. And then I'm going to do 6.6 times negative 4.4. A positive times a negative is a negative. And we can turn this into decimals here. So 6 and 6/10 times 4 4/10. And we can use a generic rectangle to solve this one. So 6 plus 6/10 is 6 6/10. 4 plus 4/10 is 4 4/10. So 6 times 4 is 24. 4 over 1 times 6 over 10 equals 24 over 10. 6 over 1 times 4 over 10 equals 24 over 10. And 6/10 times 4/10 equals 24 over 100. So I have 24 plus 24/10 plus 24/10 plus 24 100ths. You have to think about the way that makes the most sense to you. So I know that 24/10 is really 2 4/10. So I have 2 of those. So I have 24 plus 2 plus 2, which is 28. And then I have 4/10 plus 4/10 plus 24 over 100. So 4/10 plus 4/10, those are 40 100ths. Plus 24 over 100. And I get 80. 104 over 100. So I get 28 plus 1 4 100ths, which is 29 4 100ths, which is 29.04. So my answer is negative 29 400ths. Feel free to pause, take a look at what all I wrote down, but there's a couple different methods for you.